All right, what's up, everybody? This is the Puzzle Podcast. I'm Eddie. This is Nicole. We got another jam-packed show for you tonight. Very excited about what we're about to get into. First, Khloe Kardashian can't handle reality. She posted a picture of herself, her real self, and then got mad and took it down and got mad at everybody about the fact that it was up in the first place. Then we got another woman who lost her court case because her lawyer decided she wasn't going to put a mask on his face. That's very messed up. And then we got a Roblox player, Lego gamer, who was able to infiltrate the White House press corps and actually get some questions asked. And she wasn't a reporter at all. And so we got that and a whole lot more that we're going to be talking about tonight. We are presented by Quality Content, the maker of this puzzle right here. We're also sponsored by Puzzledly, 4 Point, and that's our new sponsor for this week. We also are sponsored by Wander Puzzle Company and the Very Good Puzzle Company. So we're excited to be with you all on tonight and hope that you guys have a great time listening to us talk about things that in the grand scheme of things really don't matter. And yet we're going to talk about them anyway because it's a fun time for us to talk about random stuff anyway. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The Kardashian.
Let's load this up. All right. All right. Our first story is coming from MSNBC. The Khloe Kardashian's unedited photos show her body positivity flaws. In 2019, New York staff writer Gia Tolentino perfectly described what everyone now knows as the ubiquitous Instagram face. High contour cheekbones, plump, pouty lips, full, perfectly arched and shaped eyebrows, a defined jawline, eyelashes long and as thick as spider's legs. As Tolentino put it, quote, "The face is distinctly white but ambiguously ethnic. It suggests a National Geographic composite illustrating what Americans will look like in 2050. If every American of the future were to be a direct descendant of Kim Kardashian West, Bella Hadid, Emily Ratajkowski, and Kendall Jenner, who looks exactly like Emily Ratajkowski. There's an Instagram body, too, also distinctly Kardashian. A celebrity plastic surgeon told Tolentino that many clients come in specifically asking to look like a Kardashian from top to bottom. It shouldn't be surprising, then, that when an untouched photo of Khloe Kardashian in a bikini, looking lovely, fit, and relatively normal, if not above average, leaked this week, the reality star freaked out, then commenced to wield her immense power and influence to try to scrub said photo from the internet. Here's the problem. Khloe has always billed herself as being different from other Kardashians. She has publicly lamented being called the ugly and fat Kardashian sister her entire life. Her own reality TV show, Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian, helped ordinary people who dealt with similar criticism, often from family members or close friends, cope with their own body insecurities. Kardashian explained in a statement that she wanted the photo wiped from the internet because, quote, "the pressure, constant ridicule, and judgment my entire life to be perfect and to meet other standards of how I should look has been too much to bear." Had she actually refused to buy into the impossible beauty standards set by her own family and allowed the world to see her as she is, that could have sent a powerful message. Instead, she responded to the leaked photo of herself by filming a video in the mirror in a low-lit room to assure the world that her body does, in fact, meet the standards of a Kardashian body, a move that doesn't exactly promote body acceptance. Kardashian herself has drastically changed and edited her face and body for Instagram, promoting those same body image and beauty standards that she herself describes as hurtful, quote, pressure from others. Last thing, the bigger irony is that she and her family have not only set those oppressive standards, but have wildly profited off of them. The siblings, starting with Kim, but now fully including all 5 Kardashian and Jenner sisters, have built an empire of wealth on their signature aspirational look, which is objectively impossible to achieve even for them without the help of implants, fillers, injections, Instagram and Snapchat filters, personal trainers, Photoshop, and ungodly amounts of makeup. I'll let you go first.
I guess to me, it just breaks my heart to. No, honestly, it just pisses me off when someone like this is, okay, I'm not going to say that because everybody has their own personal, ways they feel about things, their own personal image demons. And so I get that. But when you say that to a person who does not look like that, it's almost like a slap in the face. Like, I hate the way I look. I am, wait a minute. What, baby? Can you walk out for just a minute and close the door?
Can you close the door?
I appreciate it. I love you. Love you too. All right, boom. It's almost like a slap in the face to like say, because it was the video. And so, jumping up and down, don't see nothing. And you're saying, oh, I'm too big, I'm too this, I'm too that. It's like saying to the people who jump up and down and something moves with it, it's like, so what am I?
Right.
And so it's almost, I feel pissed off and I feel heartbreak because I feel like that was a perfect opportunity for someone who doesn't feel as accepted. And it's not even just about the weight. It's about feeling accepted for who you are and loving yourself. I feel like that was a perfect opportunity, especially for someone in her limelight, to come out and stand up to that type of bullying. And yes, it is bullying in my eyes. So it's just that heartbreak. I feel like that was the moment. But instead, it's like that little girl who can't speak up for themselves and, feel like they have to still keep up this image that everybody has pictured. And that's the thing. People have pictured this. This is not real. Everybody has some type of flaw. Like, no one's perfect. Like, when I was reading and it was even talking about, they filter themselves to where, they filter out their knuckles. Like, for what? I mean, I guess you just want people to think you're perfect, but you're not. And that's the thing. I wish people would see that. You have so many young girls out there who get sick because they want to throw their food up or they don't want to eat at all because they want to look like this image that people are painting, literally painting. And that just breaks my heart because, I always talk about my girls.
Always talk about the girls.
Because we have girls. And, one of them doesn't really care so much. And the other one is just like, does. And so it's just having to continuously talk about, yes, you should present yourself decent and not look like trash, but don't what's the word? Not focus, but I can't get the word out. Don't go to the point where it's obsessive and you feel like, oh, I have to do this so that I can be this, or I have to do that so I can look like this, because no one's perfect. And it's like that right there just told young women that I don't feel perfect because I look like this. So now I'm going to continue to edit myself. Why do we want to edit ourselves? God made us the way He made us. He made our immune system the way it is. Some people can eat a lot of food and not gain. Some people can eat a lot of food and gain. Some people can eat little food and gain. Some people get little food and not gain. Everyone is different. No one is the same. And so for that to be the problem in that family, to me, that's a big problem. Like to even have your family members criticize your body type. Like, I don't think it's right. It's sad.
I was doing therapy one time and there was a a girl about 15, 16 years old who came in. And this was kind of at the heyday of Snapchat filters, and Instagram had just come out, and Facebook was still kind of dominating everything. And she said that, she was in therapy because she had image problems. And one of the things that she talked about was the fact that when she put a picture up on Facebook or whatever social media platform she had used, she didn't get enough likes. And it messed her whole mind up. It messed her whole day up. She took 5 more pictures, deleted the one that didn't get as much likes as she thought it was going to get, and put the next one up in hopes that it would get more. And she said she obsessed over this day after day after day because she wanted to be popular. She wanted to be liked. She wanted to be pretty enough to gain the attention that she was looking for and seeking out from this social media platform that she was on. And it broke my heart because, like you said, we got daughters. I'm thinking about them. I'm thinking about their body image and, whether they feel loved, accepted, adored, all that kind of stuff. And so, my heart broke for her. This is just another instance of that, where you see what happens when you obsess, as you said, over wanting to look perfect. Instagram, Facebook, social media in general has created this nexus of fakeness, where everybody is competing to be the best person in the world and generate the most likes and generate the most monetization, to get the makeup artists and the makeup companies and the clothing brands to come and try to get them to sell their stuff, and trying to gain the most attention, gain the most likes, gain the most this, gain the most that. This is what the game is for them. For the Kardashians in particular, but at the same time, it all started from this idea of trying to be this perfect person and trying to get the most likes, trying to get the most attention, trying to get eyes drawn on them. And as a result, we see this situation where everything that you've done for most of your adult life has now come to a head, where here you have an opportunity, as it was said in the write-up, to actually say something that matters, to say something that's beneficial, to say, hey, I can look good, but I can also be myself. How many times have we as people been ugly, quote unquote, in one instance, and then we dolled ourselves up, glammed ourselves up, fixed ourselves up, got the haircut, got the beard shaved, and went out looking like $1 million. Went and got a new suit, new clothes and shoes, took some photos, felt like we would have bombed. Came home and took all that stuff off, and we're real.
Watch like that makeup
way off, And listen, that's okay. I think what Khloe Kardashian missed, just like it says in the write-up, is that you missed the opportunity to just be real. The irony of reality TV is that it is the fakest thing I have ever seen, because no one looks like that. No one looks like that all the time. No one sounds like that all the time. No one dresses like that all the time. At some point, you got to be ugly, and I'm saying that I'm saying that in terms of this glam version. When we take this stuff off, we are being our most authentic selves. It's not to say that, putting on makeup is of the devil. I'm not trying to say that. Paint the barn if that's what you got to do. Don't feel like I'm trying to put on be earthy. No, be pretty yourself up. Listen, get this beard shape right. 2 weeks ago, this beard was looking like Boo Boo the Fool. I said, I need a haircut, and I don't see that. And so I shaped this thing up. And so there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the glam and to take the selfies and all those sort of things. But if you get so caught up in what other people think to where you can't even show a real picture of who you are and live in that reality and say definitively, this is who I am, then clearly you have succumbed to the whims of the society that says that you have to be pretty all the time. And ironically, like the write-up said, It's something that you perpetuated yourself, Khloe Kardashian. You were the very one that was trying to be the antithesis to Kim and to Kendall and to Kylie. You were the antithesis to all of them, saying, I know I'm not the prettiest one, but guess what? I'm still the bomb. I still got a lot to say. I still got a lot to prove, and I still got a lot of love to give. Like, you were always walking in that vein to begin with. So why did you go the opposite direction? Saying, people are always body shaming. Well, nobody body shaming you when that picture came up. From what I saw, everyone was saying, finally.
It was.
Yeah, everybody was saying, "Oh my God, finally a real picture of a Kardashian. Finally, something I can. I know that I see that. That's me. I see myself in her for once." But then you took that down, got mad at people for sharing it, tried to sue some people, I think, for keeping it on their pages, and then posted this glam photo of you coming out your clothes and knowing that you still got it. Girl, don't nobody care that you still got it. Everybody know. They done seen 50 million pictures of you having it. And you had it in the real picture that you took. So again, it's not, so who are you? So you were proving it to nobody but yourself.
Yeah.
You were proving it to no one, to yourself. Because once you did that, everybody was like, here she go.
Those are her insecurities.
Exactly. So you just further proved the point that that you doing all this ain't got nothing to do with trying to maintain branding, and everything to do with you trying to work out your own demons. You need to go to therapy for that. Yeah. You need to go talk to somebody about that, because again, it don't matter what you post at this point. If people gonna love you, people gonna hate you. But you got to be so secure. Medea's Big Happy Family. You got to be so secure in yourself that if you were a man, you could get up on the stage and wear a dress. What? Come on. Like, if you ain't got no security in yourself, then you need to get out the social media game, because this thing gonna eat you alive. They already ripped you a new one just for doing what you did to begin with. So how you feeling now? Yeah. If you got any questions or comments, fill out that comment box below, and we'll try to get to them as best as we can. You're watching the Puzzle Podcast with Eddie and Nicole right here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, presented by Quality Content. You would like to read the next one?
Sure.
Okay.
Plaintiff loses after a lawyer refuses to wear mask in court. A woman lost her personal injury lawsuit after her lawyer refused to wear a mask in court, and the judge threw out her case, which had been set for trial. The New York Daily News reported Friday that Brooklyn Judge Lawrence Nipple tossed the case after attorney Howard Greenwald said he could not breathe wearing the mask in the newly reopened court. "I want the record to reflect that I am speaking with great difficulty," Greenwald, 68, told the judge. I want the record to reflect that I am sweating profusely from the effort. He said, "I just can't do this," according to the transcript. "I don't contest the rule," he said. "I just am not physically able to comply with the rule to do my job as a lawyer." Nipple, who was hospitalized with COVID-19 last spring, insisted the lawyer comply with the rules requiring masks in all state court buildings. "Forget about my personal experience with COVID," the judge told the newspaper. "We have over 500 million dead in this country. We have protocols. The most important protocol is wearing a mask." The lawsuit focused on a 2017 car crash that fractured the woman's leg. Nipple told the newspaper the woman would have legal recourse to continue her litigation, even though he dismissed the case. So she didn't lose it. She'll have I'm sorry, go ahead. Go.
Okay. So like I've said from Jump Street, and I'll continue to say it till I'm blue in the face, we live in a COVID-19 world. And if you are going to live in a COVID-19 world, which we all don't have a choice but to, then you are going to have to comply to the rules of the COVID-19 world. And that includes having to wear a mask where in places where it says you have to wear a mask. Now, again, I know that there are a lot of people out there who feel like it's not right to not wear masks, and that's what you want to do, more power to you. But if someone tells you that you have to in order to do whatever it is you got to do what you got to do. Now, in fairness, I understand that some people have difficulty breathing through those masks because I have difficulty breathing through the mask that I have. I tried every possible mask combination that I could, and I found the best one that fits my face. And in doing so, I have to deal with the fact that I'm going to have a hard time breathing at times.
You can breathe good through that one.
No, I can breathe good through it when I'm not moving a lot. And on my job, I got to do a lot of power walking in order to get to where I got to go, do what I got to do. And so I end up I'm basically exercising all day.
But you know why you can't breathe good through that mask? Because you got two on.
I know that. And so, once again, I'm choosing.
Wait a minute.
I'm choosing.
Two masks.
Yes, I double mask. I double mask.
And the mask that he got, y'all.
I double mask.
The mask that he has, the one that he just needs to wear.
Here she go.
It's one that has the breathable holes through it.
Keep going.
With the filter.
Keep talking.
But then you put on another mask under it.
And I do that because I done had some dummies on my job who caught COVID and didn't want to get checked. Okay. And then they came in and infected a whole bunch of people. I don't know how I was blessed to not get infected myself. Okay. So I said, I'll be darned. I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure that while I'm working around these folk who I ain't got the COVID, it's my allergies. I don't need to wear a mask. This is dumb. I'm not getting the vaccine. That's dumb. I'm going to make sure they don't give it to me. Okay, and so when Dr. Fauci and them, listen, I was double masking long before it became the thing to do by Dr. Fauci and them. When Dr. Fauci and them said double mask, I said, yes, I will do that. And for extra credit, I'm going to take my double mask and I'm going to put another mask on it. Therefore, I do what I do for my safety and security. And as a result, it's sometimes hard to breathe through it. I had to go through all of that because you wanted to go through all that. Bump you. Therefore, so all I'm saying is I understand sometimes it is difficult for people to breathe through these things.
Masks, yeah.
Whatever. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's difficult for people to breathe through these things. So I can understand for 68-year-old, he said. He's 68 years old, probably has difficulty breathing, probably has, breathing. He's old, okay? So I get that. And so for him, it was difficult to wear the mask and do what he had to do effectively. Now, I'm trying to figure out, and I would love to know what other things he has difficulty doing wearing the mask. Because, again, if you're not able to talk while wearing a mask or do your job by wearing a mask when all you have to do is talk to people, then what other things do you have difficulty doing wearing a mask for? Because I would assume you can wear a mask and do certain things, but not this for some reason. So what can you do? That's where my issue comes into play. And he says he's not trying to defy the rules. He just has difficulty to do his job. So nevertheless, you knew going in that this was going to be a problem. So what kind of accommodations did you make for yourself? What kind of accommodations did you ask for in order to be able to do the job that you needed to do? And by you not, again, I don't know what he did or didn't do. I don't know what he asked for, what he didn't ask for. But as a result, your client ended up losing the case. And that is, the case was dismissed with you having the ability to be able to refile it. And so, again, it's unfortunate for her that her case couldn't be heard because of him. Like to wait a longer time. Courts are already backed up as it is with all the other court cases that they got to deal with from 2020, on. And so I hope that she's able to get back in the court one day soon. Hopefully she gets another lawyer who doesn't have problems breathing with the mask. But yeah.
So I don't know what that's.
Edgy Puzzle said, F those people.
Okay, so I get several sides.
There's several?
Yep.
Okay.
There's the fact that maybe 3 sides. There's maybe 4 sides. There's the fact that
That's a lot.
like you said, he is old. he can't, do that well with the mask or whatever. And so I know it's not the judge's responsibility. I know it's that the people who come in, it's their responsibility to do that. So on his part, I feel like he dropped the ball as her lawyer. Because you knew the rules before you went in that you had to mask up. And so they have, I don't know if they require only mask, or if you can wear face shields, or if you can wear the hats that have the shield.
Come with it.
They have
all
of that. I feel like I feel like you should have done your research, and I'm pretty sure that this is not the only case that you've done. We've been in COVID for how long? Having to mask up, and so how many cases have you done to where you've had to wear a mask, and were those cases affected too? That's one. I get the judge's side because it's their courtroom, their rules. But what I don't agree with is dismissing the case to where she has to refile it again. I feel like the case could have took a recess or something. You know what I'm saying? It could have just been postponed for a little bit.
Because it wasn't her fault.
It wasn't her fault. And then two, another side, I feel like, I don't know if she had the resources to do this, but I feel like she should have done a better job of knowing her lawyer. You've been with this lawyer for how long?
Yeah.
And you've been talking with him for how long? So have y'all not been masking up while y'all were with each other? Because y'all been talking. I know y'all haven't sat down and always talked. I know you've had to stand up and talk. I'm pretty sure that you practiced the case or whatever. So, did you not know that he had that problem with talking through a mask? Let me see. That's three sides. What was the fourth? I think that was it. No, that was four. I get the judge's point of view because it's their courtroom, it's their rules, and I understand that. I get his point of view because he couldn't breathe. He's older. I feel like she should have done a better job of knowing her lawyer, but I also feel that the case shouldn't have been dismissed. I feel like it should have went to a recess so that she wouldn't have to wait as long as she will possibly have to wait now.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point about the lawyer and and her having a conversation. I'm with you on that one. I think that prep work, you don't you don't know the rules of the court, you don't know where you're going, and so that just shows incompetence. I hope she fired him. I hope she let him go. No, you can't represent me no more because you can't work. What's the point? You can't wear a mask. What's the point? You can't get a face shield like you said. What's the point? You can't get a bubble.
They now have face shields where they're hats.
Yeah.
And because I know some people don't like the face shields because it doesn't protect the under or whatever. Yeah. But they have hats that you put over and it goes around.
I'm with you. No, 100%. I think that's a very good point. The face shield game has changed big time over the course of this year. They come up with every possible version of a shield. The shields that go this way now. They don't go this way. They go this way.
But for that little bit of time, you could have dealt with it.
Right. Especially, given, the benefits of that one. If you wear glasses, I don't think it fogs up your glasses like that. So again, there's so many different versions of masks that are more breathable, and things like that. So again,
one mask.
One whatever. Anyway, so all he had to do if he really wanted to win that case or really wanted to have his case tried was to do the research for himself. The lady working with him, hey, try this mask, try this, try that, whatever it takes in order to get your case heard. Because now, like you said, the case was dismissed. Like you said, but could have been put in a recess. Go let her find another lawyer. If that was the case. But again, they just dismissed it and you come back and retry it and however long. And so hopefully it don't end up costing her more money to get that case heard. And so, it's just real unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
It's really, really unfortunate.
Sadness.
Yeah. You have any questions or comments, fill in the comment box below. You're watching the Puzzle Podcast with Ed and Nicole here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We are presented by Quality Content. We are also sponsored by 4 Point Puzzles, the very good puzzle company, and Wander Puzzle Company. And we are sponsored by Puzzledly, where right now they are doing a buy two, get one free. And so if you go on their website and you get 3 puzzles, you'll be able to get 3 for the price of 2. No promo code is necessary. Just put them in your cart and you pay for them, and you'll automatically get that discount for that free puzzle of your choice. And so go now. It's running throughout the month of April. And so you got the next 15 days to go and get you 3 puzzles for the price of 2 over at Puzzledly. They are the makers of this beautiful puzzle right here. It's no darn cold. So again, hurry now and go get your puzzles now. All right. Our next story is coming out of Politico. It says how an online Lego gamer infiltrated the White House press corps. 4 times in recent weeks, members of the White House press corps have relayed questions to Press Secretary Jen Psaki from someone claiming to be a fellow reporter who was not able to be there in the room due to COVID protocols. That colleague, who goes by the name Casey Montague, doesn't exist, at least not as an actual reporter. Since late last year, Montague has taken on the identity of a White House correspondent extraordinaire with a fictional outlet to boot, White House News, shortened in emails to WHN. That news company does not exist. Montague started 2 real-life Twitter handles, which are followed by some top White House officials and journalists. Montague has filed Freedom of Information Act requests and obtained Psaki's personal financial disclosure form, along with the disclosure of at least one other official, the president's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan. In communications with confidants, Montague has posed as a mentor of White House Correspondents Association, claiming to be a reporter for the Daily Mail, the British tabloid known for its gossipy coverage of celebrities and political figures. Montague also communicates regularly with top White House reporters and has had several exchanges with White House officials. But Montague never joined WHCA in the Daily Mail. There is no Casey Montague except as a digital impersonation of a White House correspondent. Quote, I love journalism, and I think the press corps is doing a pretty bad job at the moment, so I decided I would ensure some transparency and ask some questions me and some friends wanted the answer to, Montague said, when reached by email and asked why they were posing as a White House reporter. Motivation aside, Montague's activity is a remarkable illustration of how the online landscape, along with the age of pandemic-related virtual work, has opened up avenues for the mischievous-minded to infiltrate the top echelons of power. What's perhaps more remarkable is that he or she did it all without raising a solitary eyebrow until Thursday. Exactly who the real Casey Montague is remains entirely unclear, and he or she refuses to reveal much personal information.
That's really scary, man. That's basically all I got to say. It's scary because you don't know the information that they've retrieved. You don't know what they're doing with the information. You don't know who it is. You don't know if somebody else is doing the same thing. Like, I thought that the security was like on point there, but I mean, I don't know anymore. And so you just have a whole bunch of questions, like how were they able to do what they did? Like, I just really want to know. Because I'm just a little confused, you know? Like,
So, here.
We have no words.
This person
just
is a gamer. Okay? Now, let me be clear when I say the word gamer. I am not in any way trying to say that this person is a small person or an insignificant person, because gamers, that is a gift that came from your daughter. It's supposed to be a popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is a gamer. And so again, I'm not trying to minimize gamers at all, because listen, y'all are some of these clearly y'all are some of the smartest human beings on the face of the earth. And so in no way am I trying to minimize who y'all are. Matter of fact, because y'all are so good at what y'all do, dare I say, some of y'all need to be running the United States, because apparently y'all know how to just a little bit better than some of the people who are supposed to be guarding our national security. You infiltrated the mother-loving White House. This isn't like you infiltrated my podcast, our podcast. You infiltrated, the police. You infiltrated mom and pop shop.
FBI.
You infiltrated the dadgum White House. That's supposed to be one of the most secure places on the planet. And yet, I'm just sitting here playing a game with my friends, and I decide one day, I'm bored, and these people getting on my nerves. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend to be a White House reporter and get all the way up into the White House and ask some questions. That's what I'm going to do with my time. Did it out of sheer boredom. Didn't care and got caught. Didn't care. Like, I got caught. Oh, okay. No big deal. They ain't gonna find me no way.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if they gonna catch you.
Right. Like, apparently not, because they can't even get no information out the person outside of what they got. That I was bored, and I don't like the fact that they are not being transparent with us. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna ask them some questions that me and my friends have. Like, what if the question you had was what you like on your pizza? Like, that's the kind of like, dude. It baffles my mind that though I should not be surprised, because it's 2021. And if anything, this is showing us just how archaic, and when I say that, I'm talking about ancient. Listen, it's 2021, right? How is it that in the United States of America, and I'm finna go off on a real deep end here, how is it that in the United States of America, we don't have a bullet train yet? I'm talking about a train that can move 200-some miles an hour and get us from point A to point B. There are countries that have dams that are set up that are powering their entire countries, where they have solar, panels that are empowering their entire nations. And yet we still run on fossil fuels. We're still running on gas. Because we spend our money on everything else. That's what I'm saying. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that these archaic machines called our government systems have been infiltrated. Because again, look at what toys they playing with. I mean, Japan, China, Russia, they got us beat. India got us beat by a landslide when it comes to technology, when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to education, when it comes to energy. Like, they got us beat. We're still running off stuff that was running the country in the 1900s, in the early 1900s. These nations got us beat by a landslide. And yet we constantly try to talk about being the richest nation on earth. You got a whole person sitting in there playing video games, bored out their mind, done infiltrated you at the highest level of communications. Ain't nobody supposed to get in that White House. Ain't nobody supposed to get up in there.
The White House.
The White House. That's what I said. The White House. Ain't nobody supposed to get up there. That's how mad I am at this. Ain't nobody supposed to be able to get up in there. And yet you got a whole person just sitting here. You know what? I'm going to infiltrate the White House today while I'm playing my Lego game. I'm going to do this with my right hand and this with my left hand. I'm still beating everybody. I'm number one in the game. And I'm in here getting questions asked of Jen Psaki. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Got Twitter handles that are now, where the highest people of government have friended that person. Not she friended them. Anybody can friend them. I friended them. They ain't friended me back. Like, how that happen? Just again, saying all that to say.
Breathe.
All that to say.
Breathe again.
This is what it's come to.
And I can't stop thinking about
all the stuff you done did to me. And I can't stop thinking. Like I can't
get it out of my head.
How in the world do I begin? What is going on? What is going on? You're talking about the puzzle podcast. I am puzzled. I am truly puzzled because this doesn't make any sense to me that it got to this. And again, this is just in the mind of a gamer.
Yeah.
The mind of a gamer. Like, again, it just goes to show just how far behind we really are. And it's sad and unfortunate. Mm-hmm. Got any questions or comments?
No, I have no words. To me, it's just scary. It's just scary because you don't know, like, and prayerfully, the person who did this was not wanting any kind of revenge for anything.
One of the Die Hard movies. You seen Die Hard? You've seen one of them.
Not yet.
You've seen one of them. You didn't know what it was. It was called Live Free or Die Hard, where the guy no, it's not old. It's fairly new. The dude, the country was basically shut down by these people who wanted money out of the government, and the computer guy, and they were trying to keep him safe. And maybe you didn't see it. We're gonna watch it this weekend if I can find it. Anyway, this is what this reminds me of. Where five of us are bored out of our minds, we finna shut the whole government down just because we can. Like, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I'm done. I forgot what I was gonna say.
No bad.
I'm good. I'm good. But go ahead.
No, that's all I got, man. That's all. I'm like you. I'm scared.
Even more pissed because who you about to talk about?
We got time. Yeah, we got time. Yeah, we got time. That's why I brought it up. If you got any questions or comments, fill out the comment box below. Now, you think I'm upset? My wife really finna get mad now. Paul Pierce went on IG Live in a room full of strippers, and the fans react. Since making the transition from NBA player to NBA ESPN analyst, Paul Pierce has developed quite a reputation for delivering controversial takes. No stranger to internet slander, the former Boston Celtic is being clowned for a whole different reason today after hopping on Instagram Live Friday night, which is last Friday night, with a room full of strippers. In the clip below that I'm not going to play, Pierce can be seen smoking and playing poker with his buddies while several women twerk in the background. It didn't take long for basketball fans, along with the rest of Twitter, to start roasting the former NBA All-Star. To that point, on the following day, we got this report from ESPN via CNN.
Boom.
ESPN fired Paul Pierce after racy Instagram Live video. ESPN fired NBA analyst Paul Pierce after the Boston Celtics legend posted a racy Instagram Live video over the weekend. The video featured Paul Pierce. No! Don't you dare. Don't you move. Featured Paul Pierce in a room with exotic dancers. The cable sports network ended its working relationship with Pierce Monday, an industry source told CNN Business. Pierce was an analyst for the network on multiple NBA shows. The racy nature of the live stream was likely a breaking point for ESPN, a company owned by the family-friendly Walt Disney Company, which means nothing. Pierce seemingly addressed the situation on Twitter shortly after the news broke. On Monday, Pierce posted a short video of him smiling with the caption, "Big things coming soon. Stay tuned. Make sure to smile." Quote, hashtag truth shall set you free. Later on Monday, he tweeted again, writing, quote, "I can't lose. Even when I lose, I'm winning. It's unclear if anyone will replace Pierce on ESPN. My boo, you got the flow."
They're not going to replace him. Somebody else gave him a whatchamacallit?
A job opportunity.
You know what? Okay, so
Go ahead.
There must be more than one video.
There were at least two.
Of which one? Of the drinking and smoking?
The drinking and smoking.
Because I've only seen one.
Yeah, there was.
The one that I seen, I didn't see drinking and smoking, but you could tell something was wrong with him, and I seen the nastiness in the background. I mean, okay, so you know what? I ain't even mad at him because he's being him. He's being the dumb A. You know, he's being who he is. He's not being anybody different.
Nope.
The only thing different is he just put it on tape. That's it. This ain't the first time he done did this.
It's not.
I'm pissed off at the people who are accepting this. That's who I am not happy with.
Okay, go ahead.
ESPN, kudos to you for firing him because you're keeping up an image. You don't want an image that, taints your reputation or whatever.
Correct.
That's what's up.
Correct.
The people who gave him a job offer, that's who I'm ticked off at.
Keep going.
Because you're giving him a job, accepting, and you know what? I'm going to say accepting those flaws. Some flaws, you just accept the people for who they are. But darn it, I'm not about to have you come up in my business and just do your drugs and bring
Say it, I dare you.
Bring your strippers.
I dare you.
I'm not about to sorry.
No,
I'm not about to I'm not about to let that be our image.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, I lose respect for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say you wrong, even though I feel you wrong, because that's not me. I don't I personally don't condone strippers because I feel like it's, I don't know, like a violation type thing. I feel like your body's your temple, all that kind of stuff. Strip for your man, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't think that it was right. I feel, again, I'm upset with him, but I'm not upset with him because that's who he is. He's just being him. And so to the people who are accepting this, like, shame on you for wanting that image in your life, wanting that, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say, I don't know, because he just seems like he doesn't care. Like, that's who he is and he loves it. And I've known someone in the past, and it's like they were alcoholic and drunk, and they were, they did some drugs, and they would feel bad. Sometimes they would do stuff, and then the next day they didn't know they did it, and they feel bad about it or whatever. And so, like, one day, I wrote a letter. And I was like, are you going to change? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? No, I'm not going to change. And that was the response. I feel like that's that. And stuff like that ticks me off to the nth degree. If you want to do that, do it. But to the people who are accepting it, F you.
Dang. So, to the people that she's talking about, adult entertainment webcam company Cam Soda has offered Pierce a job as his first ever NBA analyst. It says, I saw the news that you have parted ways with ESPN, and that's not true. They fired him after you posted a video to social media of yourself with exotic dancers. Being that you are now unemployed, I would like to extend you a position at Cam Soda as our first ever NBA analyst. As our NBA analyst, you would be required to stream yourself live on our platform every weeknight and discuss happenings around the NBA. Inside the NBA be damned. Here at Cam Soda, we champion exotic dancers, cam girls, and sex workers. We will be more than happy to accommodate your penchant for women, and you be free to stream with them while they twerk in the background and more. We would be willing to extend you an offer up to $250,000.
Like, to me, it feels like you're going backward. Like, you had this, I don't know, this amazing job where, like, you did, I hope, what you loved. And so to me, if you do that, you're just going to what you love. Like, go be a porn, star. If that's what you want to do, then why do you do that? You're not hard up for money, so why do it? Because that's where your heart is.
You done?
I finished.
Okay. So I'm gonna take everything you said. I'm gonna sit it over here and I'm gonna take one piece out of it, and that's what I'm gonna stand on that for a little bit. This is who he is. Okay. There are many NBA, NFL, hockey, heck, horse riders I've recently learned who are lovers of women, lovers of money, lovers of a good time, lovers of drink, lovers of sex, lovers of drugs, lovers of the high life. Okay. Paul Pierce is one in this number. Paul Pierce has been said lover of money, drugs, women for pretty much his adult life. He is no different from most of the athletes, most of the stars, most of the entertainers of the world. We see it all the time in rap. We see it all the time in hip hop. Heck, we see it in country music. Okay, so this is nothing new under the sun. I see it on my job. I see it in business all the time. This is nothing new. These things happen. The only reason why Paul Pierce lost his job is because he got caught. And he got caught on his own. That was his phone.
They already knew?
Yes, they already knew. Some of them were probably with him. Come on. Let's keep it a buck. Some of the same people who work at ESPN was probably right there with him, passing out cards, throwing the chips, drinking and smoking and watching the women twerking, okay? This ain't nothing new under the sun. This has been happening since the dawn of time. It ain't nothing gonna change. The only thing that happened that caused Paul Pierce to lose his job that night is that he recorded it on his own phone with reckless abandon. It's exactly. It's not like he said, "Oops, I didn't know I was recording. Oh, that's bad." And then was like, "ESPN, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Please, I was just I slipped on the phone." Like you didn't. There was none of that. He was. Oh my gosh, I'm so drunk. Oh my gosh, I'm so high. Look at him. He's throwing chips. Like, bruh, what are you doing? And he kept going from here to see the woman in the back, from here to see the woman in the back, to see the people throwing chips. He was filming this thing like this was his life. Like he was like, we finna get it in today. And so that's the only reason why he lost his job. That's the only reason that he's not working at ESPN no more. It had nothing to do with him, having a penchant for strippers or having a penchant for drugs or things. Because most of your athletes, most of your entertainers, most of your stars, most of your singers, most of your rappers, most of your businessmen, businesswomen, congressmen, for crying out loud. We just learned about Representative Matt Gaetz 2 weeks ago, who was running a sex game with his colleagues. He's a representative in the United States House of Representatives, and he's running a sex game where he and his buddies are texting each other to see who can have sex with the most people. Like they back in high school, which is dumb even in high school, for crying out loud. But they're doing this on a regular basis. This is nothing new under the sun. Somebody I watched on TV the other day, they said that in politics in Washington, sex is rampant. People having sex with people all the time, doing drugs all the time, orgies all the time. Ain't nothing new. The only thing that got him messed up was the fact that he got caught. Now, I'm like this with too. ESPN, you did a good job firing him. Shame on Cam Soda for offering him what they offered him. But again, at the end of the day, they do what they want to do with their money. I am just of the mindset that, just like you said, Paul Pierce is gonna be Paul Pierce. Ain't nothing gonna change about him. I hope that maybe this can be an opportunity for contrition on his part. Learn something from this. Change maybe. But at the end of the day, he going to be who he is. They going to be who they are. Nothing's going to change that unless they want to change. And this wasn't a situation where he was trying to burn his bridges down or trying to make a fool out of himself, although he did in the craziest way possible. But this is who he is, and that's it's not just him. Most people are like that. Yeah. The only difference is now we know it because we saw it. Do I still think he's one of the best basketball players who ever lived? Yes. Yes, I do. I do believe that because he was one of the best basketball players who ever lived. At the end of the day, he knew how to play basketball. But again, He's human just like all of us. We all have flaws. We all have mistakes. We all have issues. My hope and prayer is that this is a moment of contrition for him to where he turns his life around in some type of way. But again, people going to be people. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to think what they want to think, going to act how they want to act. And again, I'm not mad at ESPN for making the decision that they made. Mm-hmm. I just think he was dumb. Put your phone up. Ain't no reason for you to put that live. There's no reason for that. Not with the platform you have. Knowing ESPN was definitely going to see that. And going to be like, WTF.
You're done.
You're done, sir. It's over with. So. Got any questions or comments? Fill out that comment box below. We'll try to get to them as best as we can. You're watching the Puzzle Podcast with Eddie and Nicole right here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Presented by Quality Content. Our last story is coming out of CNN.
This is so dope.
This is our feel-good story of the night. I was very excited when I saw this the other day. 8 months pregnant athlete clinches Taekwondo gold medal. A visibly pregnant Nigerian athlete, so pregnant, please grant me special attention. A visibly pregnant Nigerian athlete has clinched a gold medal at the ongoing National Sports Festival, securing gold in the multi-sport event, which happens every 2 years in the country. Arminat Idris, hope I said that right, 26, who is 8 months pregnant, won in the mixed Pumsai category in Taekwondo. Organizers said Monday, describing her achievements as, quote, inspiring. Idris, who could be seen in a footage shared on Twitter demonstrating different combat techniques, also picked up other medals in a non-combat simulated category of Taekwondo known as Pumsai. Idris told CNN Wednesday that she feels elated by her accomplishment at the event, which took place in Edo State. Quote, it is such a privilege for me. I just decided to give it a try after training a couple of times. It feels really good, she said. Quote, before I got pregnant, I have always enjoyed training, so it didn't seem different with pregnancy. However, here we go. Not everyone has found her participation in the games inspiring. Some have criticized her for taking part in the sport because of her advanced stage of pregnancy. One Twitter user, I ain't even going to say his name, wrote, this is rather sickening than inspiring. Man, kick a rock. While another commenter, Angela, said, quote, this is how they get themselves into problems and stress maternity staff for preventable problems. But others defended her involvement in the sports festival. Quote, I love the way she made the sequencing so easy to the eyes. Awesome performance. Let those with the ignorant comments bury their heads in shame. Pumsai is not a fight, but a tactical combination of movements against imaginary attacks, said Twitter user Tope Adebayo. Idris said many of her critics are unaware of the various forms of Taekwondo. Quote, a lot of people don't understand what Taekwondo is actually about. I feel this is an avenue to educate people about this. Taekwondo has two branches, the combat sport and Pumsai, which is a form of exercise, just displaying the hand and leg techniques in Taekwondo. I participated in the Pumsai event. I felt there wasn't much risk attached to it, so I decided to give it a try. My doctor, as well as the organizing body of the games, certified me fit to participate in a non-contact sport. The doctor said she was certified and cleared to participate. She has also been training for months prior to her participation in the tournament. Go ahead.
I don't care what nobody say. You know your body, and if you feel you can do it, and especially if your doctor has released you to do it, do what you do, boo. People gonna hate, people gonna love. As long as you are cool with it, then do it. As long as, if you're with him, the baby daddy's cool with it, do it. As long as your doctor cool with it, do it. Because apparently you were fit enough to do it. And if you look at the video, it's not anything too strenuous. Women who are pregnant probably do more than that strenuously. Like, that was that to me, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, she's 8 months pregnant. Well, maybe she's gonna drop early now that she's been pregnant. So I mean, there's look, it's cool, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
So I applauded, and she won medals. Like that's a story to tell your baby when he or she gets older. Boo, mommy was taekwondoing with you in the belly. That's why you came out kicking. So your favorite word is hiya. So look, I applaud it. If you can do it while you're pregnant, do it. Because the more fit you are, I mean, I think the better. You know, the less work you got to do after you had a child foot, because that baby fat is gonna be there unless you kind of just keep it fit tight.
Keep it tight, keep it right. Keep it tight, keep it right.
I was just playing.
Yes, you would.
But no,
yes, you would.
I applaud it. I mean, she did a good job, and she won some medals. Boo! I won the medals with you in my belly. Thank you for helping me.
Keep it right.
You motivated me. How about that?
Keep it right. Keep it right. Keep it tight. Keep it right.
Yeah.
Keep it tight. Keep it right. Keep it tight. Listen, congratulations to her, man. I got nothing but love for anyone who, is able to maintain their health and be able to do the things that they do.
Okay.
You know
me, I'd be mad at people who can do that.
Right.
I couldn't do that.
Right.
I couldn't even go walking.
No.
I couldn't do, people tick me off and
my pregnancy was so easy. I didn't have any problems. I could eat whatever I wanted. It was amazing. Forget you, okay? Put down everything I love.
I'm proud of her.
But I'm mad at all y'all pregnant peoples
who just have it
easy pregnancies. Okay? I'm just playing, y'all. I love y'all. Please keep watching the show. But I was mad when my very pregnant wife was not having that experience, not once, but not twice either. Like, her pregnancy sucked so bad. I'm just looking at these other women like, what is y'all talking about? I could eat whatever I wanted. I could exercise. I could win medals in Taekwondo. Poomsai. Like,
well, guess what? I could throw up every day.
Every day.
I should have got a medal for that.
You should have.
I'm just
platinum. We're going to start a new category. Platinum medals.
Hey, but you know what I should have did? I should have scared myself every time like I did that time when I was running to the bathroom. And then I fell. I had to throw up no.
But then she would have had bruises on her, and then they would have tried to blame that on me. Why she got all these bruises on her, sir? Are you okay? Blink once. Like, nah, I ain't got anybody time for that. But no, on the real though, I'm proud of her for sticking to her convictions. One. And two, enjoying the exercise, enjoying the pregnancy at the same time. Like, no, I mean, there are women, listen, all over who are able to do the impossible and still be pregnant, play basketball and still be pregnant, do all sorts of kind of stuff and still be pregnant, be athletes, still be pregnant, go into the gym and still be pregnant.
Because
so
what you don't want to do is you don't want to lose who you are as well.
As much as you possibly can. Yeah. Like, if you have to be, put on bed rest or whatever, when that time comes, you do it then. But until you are told otherwise, you keep doing what you do. Don't stop just because you're pregnant. And dang sure don't stop for no haters and trolls. Exactly. They ain't got to deal with it.
Everybody's different.
Everybody different. And so, that's why we have so many, issues with problems and pregnancies now.
And I bet that's a nurse talking.
That's probably one nurse who had one bad incident and now everybody got problems.
The person didn't listen to their doctor.
Right, exactly. That's totally different. She consulted with every doctor on the planet before she went and did what she did. So please dismiss me with all that. But at the end of the day, haters gonna hate. So it don't even matter. And so, hey, you're gonna get us kicked off. Girl, I'm playing. But at any rate, I'm glad for her. And again, it just goes to always say, if you can't see the good, be the good. Like, this is an opportunity for us to just, show a little light in the world with all the darkness that's going on right now, all the issues going on right now. Here it is. You got somebody who's, achieving her dreams and was able to live out her dreams while pregnant, no less, and be able to go and win gold.
If you go and look at that picture, y'all, because she is all the way pregnant.
All the way
that
pregnant.
That belly is
I'm
big.
so pregnant.
It is
big. Please give me special attention. That's Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference in case y'all only caught that. But yeah, man, no, I'm proud of her, and I'm grateful that, you know, that the story was able to get out, and that, you know, we were able to tell it, because again, it just goes to show, you know, you can achieve your dreams, man. Go get them. Don't let anything stand in your way, as long as you're cleared by a doctor. Exactly. To go do what you got to do. And she did exactly that, and haters bumped them, because at the end of the day, they ain't got the gold medal, you do. So it don't even matter what they say. You did it.
Their baby ain't gonna come out kicking yours either.
Yeah, well, they're probably gonna kick them. So that's why they mad. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Thank y'all so much for taking the time out of y'all's busy Friday nights to come and hang out with us for a little bit. Thankful to all of our sponsors, the Quality Content, Puzzledly, 4 Point, the Very Good Puzzle Company, and Wonder Puzzle Company. We thank y'all so much for your sponsorship and your continued support of this podcast. If you are a puzzle company and would like to be a sponsor of this show, hit me up in the DMs and let me know. And if you guys see anything that's going on out there in the world that you think we ought to talk about, you know, feel free to DM me and let me know, and maybe your story will end up on the podcast one day. We're grateful, and we again just thank y'all so much for your viewership, for your participation. And if there's nothing else, you got anything for the people?
No, I do not. I'm always on my way to church right now.
That's how we do, man.
So
God, that's how we do. I don't understand it either. Let us stand. You know. All right. Well, listen, that's going to do it for us, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night and weekend. And we will see y'all in the next episode of the Puzzle Podcast with Eddie and Nicole, presented by Quality Content.
Sorry.
The best of my whole ending. Quality Content. Thank you for sponsoring us. Y'all have a good one. Take care.